Right, so this is what we're tackling today. We're getting that old pump out. We've got a nice new whale one to go in. Hopefully it'll be relatively easy. And there's the new pump. There'll be a bit of wiring to do, and got an extra one of those just in case I need to do a bit of changing with the pipe work. I'll have to sort that out. Right, let's get into it. So, like I say, there's going to be a bit of wiring to do with this one. I was told it was the same fittings when I bought it, but not to worry. We can figure that out. Right, get this all done out. One thing I've already noticed is it says on the side here, the pump strainer must be fitted at that side, which is this thing. And obviously you can see how tight that is already. So we may have to move the pump over a bit. I should be able to move that over a little bit. We'll have to make some new holes, but we should be good. Right, so I've unscrewed the pump. I'm just going to take this surge damper out of the way, just so we can have a bit more room. I'll put that obviously back on later. The good thing is they're just push fits, so we shouldn't have too many issues. This pump's been in since new. The caravan's 2010 Olympus, so it's had a good 15 years. Served us well, but it's really noisy. The pressure drops every now and again, and it's just time for a change. So hopefully this new one will be the business. So the pump's out. A little bit of water. And I've got a tray on this caravan. Some don't have it, I've noticed, which be a bit annoying because I think most of them just leak an ever slight amount. So we'll get this tidied up, get the new one positioned, and hopefully get it all lined up. So as you can see, this is going to have to come over this way a little bit, but what is a little bit annoying is the angles on this strainer. Obviously once that's in there, I'm going to have to kind of try and put some pipe round this way somehow, whereas obviously if I'd have just used, that could have just gone straight in there, that could have just clipped on there, put the surge damper back on, wire it up, screw it down, and we're done. But it's going to be a bit more faffy by the looks of it. As you can see, this is going to be a real pain. So I'm either going to have to alter this pipe here so I can move this further up, but the pipe's going to have like a real, obviously this will turn, but it's still going to have a loop so it doesn't kink and block. So yeah, bit of a pain really, but we'll have a little go. Worst case scenario, I think we're going to live without the strainer. I mean, this pump's lasted 15 years and it still works without one, and do have a filter on the part that goes into the aqua roll. That's got a carbon filter. So yeah, I think we'll see if we can do it without the strainer first and see how easy that is, and then I'll have a little think. Well, that's what it looks like without the strainer fitted. So, and it's exactly the same screw holes, so those little rubber feet adjust. Now I was going to put some foam underneath just to stop the vibrating, so I've cut this in two and put it under each side. But I'm going to see how quiet it is first, so if I need to come back and put that underneath, I will. It's got little rubber feet on here, so I think that'll be okay. Funny enough, that's the noise that the other one was making, but 10 times worse. So it's all dried out. I'll just give it another wipe in a second, and we'll get it wired up. What I've decided to do with the wiring, instead of trying to take this plug off here and then sort of solder those wires into it and mess about, I'm just going to cut those off and block connect them together. I know it's not perfect or ideal, but that's what I'm going to do. So although I'm sure what the wires are, I'm still going to just do a test before I connect the actual pump up, just to make sure the voltage polarity is correct. So as with everything, the red and white is the completely different to that side of the pump and completely different to the wires. So, but I do know from this label on this here that it says pump signal wire, which is obviously the little LED on the control panel to say when the pump's running. So I know that one goes in there, and I know that's negative and that one's positive. So not very helpful. Whatever happened to black and red and or brown, but nevertheless, some people might think that that's the live, but in fact it's not. It's actually slightly thinner gauge than the other positive and negative. So these wires are a lot less gauge as well, so that's fine though. So that's all in place, screwed down. I'll just tuck that wire away and just cover it up with a bit of tape. Again, it's not perfect ideal, but in my opinion there's nothing wrong with that. It's 12 volt, it's absolutely fine. Surge damps on, and managed to use the same screw holes, although I did put new screws on. I know some people have taken this out, the pipe that runs to the, if you want to call it, winter tank, onboard water tank, when it's really cold. I've never used it, but I don't want to take it out because you never know. I am on a seasonal pitch, and there may well be times that I come up here when the weather's no good. So I'm just going to tidy that wire away, put that back on, which sort of holds them together just to stop the surge damper waggling around, and we'll get it filled up. So it's running, it's filling the water heater up at the moment, 100 times quieter than the other one, and hopefully it'll have good pressure. I do like to use the caravan for a shower, so I do like that pressure. And the other one was just too noisy, and every now and again the pressure would drop and it would come on and it'd be loud. It might wake you up in the night. So we're going to let that pressurise, release all the air out the taps, and then come back to see if there's any leaks. But initially, so far, so good. So obviously the indicator light's working. So it's all in. I started it up and it ran and ran and ran and ran and ran. And I could see on this junction in this clear pipe here that it was taking loads of air in. So this T-piece basically runs to that tank, like I said before, and I cleaned it out. I changed this piece of hose, which is obviously just push fitting, and nothing, still running and running, no pressure in the taps, just splitting and splattering. So decided to take the T-piece out. And gone back with the strainer, the filter, gone straight from the water, because I thought it was taking air in down there. I've checked outside, everything's fine outside. I know you can sometimes get the plate cracked, which sucks in air, so that's one to look out for. So all along it was this thing. I can't see how it would fail. I've blasted it through with water, it's clear always, I can see through it, I can shine a light through it. So somewhere it must have been sucking air, the seal must have failed on it or something, sucking air from the pipe that runs all the way down to there, which was obviously not allowing the pump to shut off, getting air locks and all that kind of stuff. So I never used that onboard tank. I don't imagine anyone ever would really, and definitely won't be now, although I could technically just put this back in or connect it straight to the pipe that's just laying under there. So if I ever needed to, I suppose I could do. It'd only be a quick job, push fitting, as we know. So yeah, it all runs fine now. I've had to move the pump from where I originally sited it, just so it's not 100% ideal, but there's no wriggle room on that pipe. It's as long as it is, but it doesn't leak. I've checked it all, it's all up to pressure, and it all seems absolutely fine. So if anyone tackles this job, yeah, you may need to just improvise as you go. But it's got a new pump now, and the pressure is still better than it was before, so it's money well spent in my opinion, and it's peace of mind knowing that that pump will be good for however many years to come. Time to get the water heater on now, get a cup of tea, and basically have a bit of a chill out. Well, once I've tidied up. Any comments or thoughts, let me know. Thanks for watching.